Assalamualaikum, dear audience. Today we are going to discuss about Describe Image and how to secure 90 in Describe Image. What are the tips and tricks required? And some students find this task very challenging, including myself when I was studying for PTE exam. So let's get started. I'll give you a basic task overview of Describe Image. Firstly, when you see an image that you have to explain, scan and spend at least 10 seconds identifying the axes and the title. Note the high and the low values immediately. Comparison, find one significant relationship or trend. Keywords, mentally note 5 to 6 technical terms from the labels. If you're following any kind of templates, make it simpler for yourself and note these 4 points that I've mentioned. So I'll give you some examples that are recurrent in this describe image task. Number one is bar charts. Look for the extremes, don't get bogged down into small details. Identify the highest value and the lowest value in the bars within the 5 seconds of preparation. State the peak value and the category. Mention the minimum figure and note any significant similarities. And try to summarize the entire sketch that is presented to you. So this is how you're going to do it. Pie charts also occur frequently in the describe image during the PTE exam. You will see pie charts a lot. So it is much simpler than a bar chart. You'll see the highest value in this example, the highest value is Apple, that is 35%, and the lowest value is others, that is 15%. And the other values such as Samsung and Xiaomi are also mentioned. If you get confused between the figures, you can just identify two values that are highest and lowest and just say Samsung and Xiaomi were also mentioned. And also, in the end, you say this the title of this pie chart was about mobile phones or different companies of mobile phones. So I'm just stating these things to you for example purposes. You will also see line graphs or trends in the describe image task as well. So for that, you need to identify the line graphs are about movement. You use action-oriented verbs to describe the trajectory of the data. If you see a line that is moving upwards, you'll say skyrocketed or sharp increase. If there are continuous fluctuations, you will say continuous changes from point A to point B or point A to point C, whatever points there are mentioned. Or plateaued means stabilized periods. So this is the simplest way that I can tell about the line graphs or trends observed in PTE describe image. Native bar comparisons. Often you'll see in describe image there'll be two bar charts or there'll be a comparison of two, three different bar charts. It will be there for to intimidate you, but you don't need to be scared. You'll need to identify just the highest and the lowest values and mention some in between values. This will be an easier way to simplify the task and just do it in 30 seconds with fluency. Don't self-correct. If you make an error of percentage, if you say the wrong percentage for a certain value, let's say I say defense is 20%, but I say it with fluency, so AI won't be able to detect. But if I try to self-correct, I'll say sorry, defense was 45%, so that can make me lose marks instead. So be very, very careful, try to be fluent and vigilant while attempting to describe image. That's the trick for doing well in this task. Also see donut proportions questions in the describe image. This is also similar to a pie chart, just that it's in a shape of donut. So you can do it in a similar fashion the way you do a pie chart. This is the trend chart. So it's going upwards after a few fluctuations. You can describe it like such. The data exhibits an overall upward trajectory, peaking at the final interval. You can mention the value of the final interval and the initial interval, or in between two values. Just summarize it overall. So it will be easier and you could easily do it in 20 to 35 seconds. Mistakes to avoid in order to get 90 in describe image, you have to speak within 3 seconds when your microphone turns on. Self-correction is a killer. When mistakes happen, try to avoid self-correcting and don't fix it. Don't try to fumble. Just maintain your fluency. And robotic tone is also not recommended. If you're trying to follow a template, that's not going to work. I have given you very simple tricks. You need to incorporate it. Trust me, guys, it has worked for me, and I've got 90 in my speaking module. It will help you out a lot. And don't just copy and paste the templates or scram the templates when you're doing this task. Develop the concept, try to learn the describe image in a conceptual way. It will be much more easier, and you won't fumble in that task. For questions, you can contact me on coaching.naaticcl@gmail.com and practice on the apps for tracking progress. I have mentioned it earlier. APUNI and Language Academy are your apps for practice. And thank you for reaching the end of this video.